Ducab is, the best way to describe it is it's like an energy solutions company, particularly in the electrical power distribution segment. Basically, we have two business units, one that sells metal, but purely to the clients in the electrical industry. So, aluminium and copper, which are the two mainstays of the electrical industry at large. This is one business, and the other is the one that sells energy solutions to the power distribution business. So this includes manufacturing of cables, accessories, installations, and similar sort of adjacent services, if you will. The first challenge with trying to drive digital transformation is that you've got to have engagement across the breadth of the company, across departments, because if you just try to implement something in one siloed location, unbeknownst to you, that might have multiple effects on another implementation that's done by somebody else, and you've got to join all these dots, and you've got to do it before you even start. So this is again, it's a challenge, because the way digital transformation typically is run in organization is top down. Somebody, the CEO, decides we're going to transform the company digitally, and then each person under him is tasked with doing something, right? So, but actually, it's a team sport. You've got to all do it together right from the front, and you've got to map it out, and then you've got to sequence it properly, and so on. So it's quite challenging. So as most companies, we have an ecosystem of different providers of technology, right? So indeed, it's very crucial that all of these different partners are brought together, and this is really our role. Yeah, this is in many cases my role, because of course they are all vendors. It's impossible for any one technology partner to come in and plug in and hit the green button. It's impossible. It's so interconnected that if you didn't have the full buy-in and collaboration of all the individual partners, you wouldn't be able to move anywhere. But the good thing is that, at least in our case in Ducab, we've been very fortunate that we've had very collaborative conversations, relationships across this space. So because at the end of the day, everybody wanted it to succeed, because we all want to make the case and benefit from digitalization. So it would take each of these people to tango, if you like, and we all kind of work quite well together. Yeah, so very simply, I think what we've done over the last year and a half is we've implemented a whole bunch of tools and technology, sensors, what have you, and now we have like an ocean, a plethora of data, which you've never had before. Yeah, which is exciting, but somebody has to sift through all that and make some sense out of it. At the moment, what we are doing, of course, is because we have opened up efficiencies using the automation, the individuals are becoming less operators and more analyzers. So while they were pressing buttons and making calculations on what to do first and so on, well, all that's being taken care of by the system, which is generating a bunch of data. So now the operator has become like somebody who analyzes big data, if you like. So for me, while that's a good first step, and we are getting some insights, but it's not fast enough, because there's too much data for any one individual or a few individuals that are on payroll to really make sense of. So for me, the next step is indeed to use AI to actually sift through all this data. So that's something that we are still at the early stages of doing. So we've generated a bunch of data. The analytics around the data and the decision making is still relatively manual. And for me, the next step is to make that automatic as well.